Calm.
So if
I
you look at it, go ahead.
Salaki, when you finish, I got one more scripture and then I got that story to bring out.
Mhm.
What was I gonna say?
I
I'm
think you
just looking at
stopped at
some.
verse 18.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
you
just looking at.
just love the word?
I was
I
just looking
love it.
at other translations where they say you are not to marry a woman as a rival to her sister and have intercourse with her during her lifetime. Yeah, so they're all saying rival, rival. They're using vex. That's
Annoy, irritate, infuriate, anger, incense, inflame, and
yeah.
enrage, irk,
Mm-mm.
So like spite,
charging. It's
and we
it's a
didn't see
lot.
that with Jacob and the
Right.
two sisters and stuff. Jacob worked basically for both those sisters. Verse 19. Also, thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart from her uncleanness. I think this would be talking about menstrual cycle and stuff like
Con.
this.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Um, no sex on menstrual cycle.
Con.
Verse 20.
Hmm.
Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. Like when they say lie carnally, you shouldn't be lying, period.
Physically, yup. Or any, not even in thought.
Yeah. But Yahushua came and like he like basically enforced the law even more, right? So just like convicting you with the even the thought of doing it, right? You would be breaking
It's
the
so
law. Not
many.
but not actually doing it. But everything begins with the thought and then
Okay.
action.
Concang, and it's so many definitions behind vexed that it gets more evil and evil and
Hmm.
evil because you're doing a whole. It's like you're going out your way to annoy this person, stress this person, bother this person, trouble this person, worry this person, agitate this person, harass them, fuss, fluster, nag, offend, disgust. Uh, it's so many hassle to bug, aggravate. All of those sins are just piling on one another off of the thought of vexing, being
Mhm.
vexed with someone or
Hmm.
having that disdain in your heart towards them.
And
Right.
and that leads perfectly into that script. I'm gonna just kind of paraphrase this in Isaiah about the Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, how they treated each other. How Judah, where it says like Ephraim shall not envy Judah and Judah shall not vex Ephraim, because we were at war with one another in the past, and it was that disdain, that hatred for one another during King Solomon's time, and that caused the split. So it's saying Yahushua is going to bring the two nations, the two sticks, back together and make them one nation, one stick, right? Grafting everybody back in. And
Huh.
so it's just goes towards like hatred that, you know, it's evil. Vexing would be evil.
Mhm.
Salakia, I just want to ask you a question on that note. That's a great point. Was the Northern Kingdom hating on the Southern Kingdom from doing the righteousness of the Lord the Most High, and the Southern Kingdom was disdained with the Northern Kingdom for doing it the wrong way? That's a question because
I'll have to go back
it
and look at it.
separated them. The Northern was separate from the South because the South was in righteous standing with the law, whereas Northern Kingdom went off.
So
You
like,
know,
I
Both,
think that's the opposite. Because
both, because of
eventually
King
the Northern
Solomon.
Kingdom did go off, but then during the Syrian captivity, it mentions in the Apocrypha, I think it's the second address, where the Northern Kingdom separated and they went off so they could keep the commandments. They separated themselves, and the Syrians, I think it was Salmanasseh that led them away so they can keep the ordinance. The Southern Kingdom, I think they went off first, and then the northern kingdom went off.
Because Solomon was
Okay.
going off
Mhm. Come,
with,
Okay. Okay.
with that
Calm.
idolatry, with the
Calm.
wives.
Mm-mm.
I think that's in
Calm.
Judah is the
Absolutely.
Second
most
Esdras
hard-headed, isn't
13.
it?
Ain't you Judas sis?
Yep. Mhm.
Oh, so sad.
Good, good.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm Judah. I'm proud of it.
Hard headed on what?
Stop talking because you are too.
All Israel.
Uh,
We
But
all
yeah,
got
that's
that,
it.
that belt, man. But,
That's
hey,
all. Go
I
ahead.
didn't
Go
get
ahead,
whippings
Aki.
as a child. I get them now,
hey, making up for lost discipline.
I did not get beatings.
Shoot.
Good.
Like the rod was spared.
Yep.
I I get
Rod
my
for the
mother. I
child.
get my
But
mother on here.
the words were enough. Okay.
Look. I get my mother on here right now. She'll tell you how many times she whipped me.
Oh man, she got documentation. She got videos. I gotta see that.
Shoot.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Let me grab this out of Samuel. So I'm gonna go to was that First Samuel? Salaki. I'm gonna get this out of Chronicles. I think these two stories. First Chronicles 13,
Okay.
and go to verse 7. And do 7 through 11.
13:7.
First Chronicles 7:11. First Chronicles 7:11.
Con. Well,
13, 7, 11, right?
Salaki 13,
Okay.
Okay.
7, 11.
First Chronicles 13:7. Okay.
Con.
All
It's
right,
I'm
brother.
showing these to show when the Most High tell us to do something, just do it, man. Because I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't nothing that you want to face, especially not from the Most High.
Okay. All right, this is the book of First Chronicles, chapter 13 and verse 7. And they carried the ark of God in a new cart out of the house of Abinadab, and Uzzah and Ahio drave the cart. And David and all Israel played before God with all their might, and with singing, and with harps, and with psalteries, and with timbrels, and with cymbals, and with trumpets. And when they came unto the threshing floor of Chidon, Uzzah put forth his hand to hold the ark, for the oxen stumbled. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah, and he smote him,
Mm.
because he put his hand to the ark, and there he died before God.
Con. Go to verse 11.
And David was displeased, because the Lord had made a breach upon Uzzah, wherefore that place is called Perazah to this day.
Con. So anybody know anything about the Ark of the Covenant? Only certain people were allowed to touch the Ark of the Covenant, and that was the Levitical priests.
Mm-hmm.
Even when other nations would take it from us, it'd plague the hell out their asses, and they would have to call us to come get it back. And we'll take our time. I got five some stories in there. We take our time to go get it back. Hey, you wanted it, you got it, buddy. You hang on to it. No, please, begging us, come take it back. As soon as long as we had this, we have nothing but trouble in our cities. All right, we go get it.
Yeah,
But
they put it on the animal, and then they basically the animals brought it back to us
come,
because the
yep.
animals knew
Oh yeah.
knew exactly who it belonged to, knew how to get it back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Come,
Animals don't get out of order. Only us humans.
come. That's
They
why.
know the law. They know where they're supposed to go. They know
Yeah.
it all. They follow it.
What does it say? Ass is master's crib, but Israel does not know.
Yep. The ass
Mm-hmm.
knows his master's crib. Think about that. A dumbass, a donkey, know his place. But us as a nation, man, we just don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
I got a little special drink for y'all. I'm pretty sure our Rob already read this. I know Rob read this already. We're gonna jump into the wisdom of Solomon.
Okay.
Got my book upside down. You threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you want to read this one, Mwanya? Okay, come. The floor is yours. I just want y'all to just to pay attention to this one, and for those that's gonna be viewing this later, this is a serious situation right here.
Hold up. Verse 1 through what?
Through 21.
All right, fine. All right, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 1. For great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness and fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence.
Now, who can think of what that's talking about in verse 2? Anybody got a little guess at this one? Verse 2. The prisoners of darkness. You know, it's saying that they were let loose. They was loose out of their bounds. Remember, the Most High control everything.
When the Most High let those men that was unrighteous onto those that supposed to be righteous unto the Most High, he turned them on them.
What did he turn? What did he turn to
I
them?
was thinking about Sodom. Those
To
men
oppress
of
the
the city
nation,
wanted to
to
sleep
oppress
with the
those.
angels.
But
Esau.
think about it. It said the
I was thinking
prisoners
of
of darkness. What do you think the prisoners of darkness are?
God's sword. The other nations,
Would we be
No,
those prisoners in their
nope.
darkness?
the
No.
demons.
Con,
There we go.
you got it, Akmo.
Okay,
The
I was
demons.
I was thinking that, but I was like, nah, I can't be that because
Yeah,
I was thinking of
and
the
you're gonna
story
see
in
why.
Isaiah.
You're gonna see why as we go through it. You're gonna
Okay.
see why. But
Uh,
the Most High let them demons go. All right.
All right, verse 3. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered. Where'd you go? Oh. They were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
Con. Y'all know what strange apparitions are?
yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Them ghosts, them demons,
Spirits.
them spooks, them spirits. You know, not Casper the friendly ghost, but we talking about some stuff far beyond that. You know, some real entities, not what Hollywood put in the exorcism or anything like that. Hollywood couldn't capture the Most High's power, but this is where they get these ideas from to do these things. And in some movies, you'll see they mention the word apparitions. You know, strange apparitions. But it's like keep on
Would
going.
would an apparition be one of those in the white hoods in the South?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Hey, yeah. Hey, they terrible too. God, they definitely
Definitely
terrible.
demons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely possessed with them things. They the children of Satan. God, but it's like keep going.
For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance.
God, you start hallucinating, seeing stuff, but you're really seeing something. The most I can make this happen. The most I can have you in the room with everybody else. To you, it's all dark, and you start seeing demonic spirits just attacking you, coming at you, and everybody looking at you like you're crazy. This is why how Esau come up with certain type of drugs to make you hallucinate. Stuff like LSD, have you thinking all type of crazy stuff. Being on Dipper or the Love Boat, some call it by. Have you thinking you Superman and all this stuff. This is where the concept of these drugs come from. Trying to make you see things, even with psych medications. They alter your emotions and your feelings.
Okay. So like too, it opens up portals in the mind
Mm-hmm.
that have
Con,
you to hallucinate, like you were saying, to see those wicked things, man, and you really be seeing them. You a person really be seeing them. I'm speaking from firsthand experience. When I was in the world, dibbling and dabbling in drugs and and alcohol, and you really do be out your mind.
con,
And a lot of like you said, a lot of them medications, those medications that The individuals take, if you overdose or you're using too much of it, you can pretty much be out your mind, or it may make them think that they, subdued, and but they delusional in a lot of things. And this is why right now in the medical field, they can't figure out a lot of things with patients because retrospect, they don't even have to be on a drug. Like you say, the Most High can open their mind and have them see things that,
Oh,
none of us can see. They might seeing somebody, a demon crawling on a wall or like a spider, and they tripping out. But that be the Most High open up their minds to, let them demons go on them, man. And, it's to torment them, to torment those that he want, how he want it. You can't overthrow that, overcome that.
God.
And those individuals get, they go to a psych ward or something, and those therapists or doctors or whomever they may be cannot figure out what's going on with this person. But a lot of it be, that psych trauma can come from the Most High, and we reading it right now that the Most High, if He unleash those demons, those dark forces on you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. God, I got it, man. Got it. Keep on going.
All right, verse 5. No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
So the sun, other stars out there, can't create fires bright enough to go ahead and block, light up the darkness that the Most High putting on you. You going to feel every light can be on in your house, and to you everything is just dark. Nothing's gonna stop the Most High's power. As you mentioned earlier, that was on point, man. That's through the Spirit that you brought that out to, Q, in Job.
Uh,
Uh, keep on going. Oh,
All right,
you had something?
no.
It's like keep going.
Verse 6. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified. They thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at.
Oh, and this going into them Christian pastors today. They're speaking in tongues. You casting out demons in the name of Jesus. The demon out, mumble rapping. That ain't casting no demon out. Them demons laughing at you. And people that's doing it, they got demons on them themselves. Now a lot of people in the Christian church they don't even understand it. And if you ask them, what you saying, man? What you say? They don't even know. They don't have a clue what they saying. None of that stuff is gonna save you, man. And they don't even use the true names of the Father and the Son. That's another thing. That's so I could keep on going.
you have a lot of idolatrous
Mhm.
wickedness in there that the Most High not even moving on their behalf, moving, and it's that's witchcraft, that's sorcery, and we can read that, that's those things are detestable to the Most High. But you have a lot of those churches tapping into the dark arts of wickedness, and they don't even know. I would say they know, but they misleading flocks of people that's gone astray to believe in those things, and they're vexed along with that pastor that's overtaken, or those laymen individuals that's overtaken by those demonic forces. A lot of that be the Most High allowing those things to happen. Most times, I believe it's the Most High allowing those things to happen and allowing them to operate like that. And a lot of uh uh mishaps happen to those individuals like that. They may pass out. They may some evil or wicked may happen to them. But when you playing with the Most High, and you're not grounded and rooted in this truth, the Most High, like you say, unleash that darkness on an individual, man, and overtake them.
Come. Oh, I can go ahead.
All right, verse 7. Hold up. Where is it? No, verse 9. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by, and hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided.
So These people died straight fear. And they talk about that in Revelation too, how things gonna be happening in the last days and all the destruction coming. People going on panic and they're gonna die of heart attacks. So you got
Huh.
people that go through things and they like, oh, they still in denial. Oh, that's I didn't see what it was. That wasn't somebody crawling up on the wall, backwards. That wasn't that. The people go crazy and die from stuff like that. But it's like keep going.
For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous and being pressed with conscience, always forecasteth grievous things. For fears nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offereth, and the expectation from within, being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. But they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of an inevitable hell.
Come. So pretty much we can look at this as having nightmares and dreams and stuff. Or sometimes it's not necessarily that you having a nightmare, but you given a vision of something. It's like you cast into a deep sleep. And these things are unavoidable. When the Most High put this stuff on you, like you said, IQ, it's unavoidable. You can't escape it. Only thing we could do as a people, man, is listen to the Most High. So these things don't happen to us. Because if the Most High put a demon on you like that, or put a legion of demons, because it ain't gonna be one, a legion of demons on you, because He created them
Huh.
to punish people, you
Huh.
go really gonna feel it.
Salakia. I'm like, I'm right with sis reading, but at verse 13, and the
Con,
expectations from within being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. That what I'm taking from that, being like we always speak on, being outside of God, being
mm-hmm.
outside, being being outside of the Most High, you being ignorant to the power, the truth. When we look at the seven spirits of the Most High, He gives wisdom, knowledge, understanding. He's the counselor. We know His power. We had that fear for Him of, because we know what He can do in His wrath. This is part of His wrath. When a person is ignorant to the power of Yahawah, that says for more than the cause which bringeth the torment. Being outside of the Most High, not believing in Him, and the Most High unleashes wrath, you're gonna be overtaken with those terrors outside of the Most High, because you're not. What is the individual standing on? They're not standing on the truth. They're not standing on the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding the Most High give. So what they stand on? They standing on idolatry. Wickedness is outside of the Most High. The Most High that itself will unleash the wrath of the Most High from being ignorant to Him, those torments that come upon them. And 14, like really some says, but they sleeping the same sleep that night. We all go to sleep. We all slumber, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of the inventable hell. Uh, the Most High allowed those demons to torment them. We all go to sleep. But those that's in this truth in the Most High are covered. We have our guardian angels to cover us. Those angels fighting on our behalf, we don't even know it most of the time. But those angels fighting constantly, consistently on our behalf. That's the power of the Most High, keeping the saints, keeping those that's grounded and rooted in His truth safe and protected from those torments. It's a prime example, like going back to when we can go back into Exodus, where we was exiling out of Egypt. The Most High had us covered, protected by example with the blood on the door to keep us protected from the death angel. And those that didn't have that blood to post on the door, they was tormented by that the death angel. All of Egypt was tormented by that death angel. I just want to say that. The Most High unleashed that.
Con. Exactly, man. Without that blood on the doorpost, the death angel was coming in to go ahead and deal with you, man. And
Huh.
ain't nothing you can't do nothing against Most High's power.
Huh.
But, okay, keep going.
Verse 15. were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions and partly fainted, their heart failing them, for a sudden fear, and not looked for, came upon them.
Man, they have a
So
heart attack. It's like that cardiac arrest right there. They see some monsters, some vicious evil demons, some creature that they can't even explain. The gruesome. They fainted, man. They died of that heart attack. It's like keep going.
hold up.
You're on 16.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. So then whosoever there fell down was straitly kept, shut up in a prison without iron bars.
Con,
For
Salaki. And the Most High can lock you into your own mind, and you be stuck. It's like you in your house and you got a fear going outside. Nothing stopping you, but the Most High shut you up into that.
Uh, that's real talk too, King. That's really real, man. A lot of people suffer from that too.
Con,
They tormented. They will not be caught outside at nighttime. They won't even be. They won't leave their house. They locked in their own mind, man. And if they don't have a that person may not have a familiar relationship with you. They can be they'll be tormented of you, man. They be scared of you. You might look like a straight uh hideous uh demonic force to them, man. And that's a terrible place to be. And I feel for individuals like that because I have experienced firsthand, and I believe anyone working in the hospital have saw these torments that can happen to people. They might have been in a terrible accident, they might have been something tragic happened to them, and they been tormented some form or fashion where they can't get out of their mind. Because I think most
mhm.
hospitals do have psych wards,
Oh yeah, con,
and a lot of people be messed up, man. You can't tell them nothing that if they see it and they saying they see it or seen it, I believe they truly seen it and witnessed and
okay,
that torment.
con.
verse 17. For whether he were husbandman or shepherd or laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured that necessity, which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness.
I mean, and this stuff, all of these level of men, the husbandman being a cultivator of the land, like gardening and things like that. Then the shepherd, the leading the flock, dealing with cattle, and the laborer, the person that do like heavy type work. So it don't matter what status you on, you can be lowest to greatest. You know, all of us can suffer the same judgment and punishment. And this is something that the Most High is saving for that 2/3. You know, we don't want to be a
I mean,
part of this.
so like it too, King. Would that being standing like how Babylon was overtaken and Sodom and Gomorrah was overtaken by those torments of the Most High?
Come,
Because a lot of evil was in those great places. These were great cities, great establishments through the people, but there was a lot of wickedness going on within it. And that's some place that a person truly that's in his truth really don't want to be. You got a lot about it there. A lot didn't desire that place. Those torments, those men were tormented by wicked demonic forces, and wanted to overtake the angels. Those demonic forces didn't know that those men were angels of the Most High, leading Lot and his family out of Sodom and Gomorrah. But the Most High
come.
was going to destroy that place for the wickedness that was in there.
Oh yeah. Keep
Cool.
go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 18. Whether it were whistling wind or melodious noise of birds among the spreading branches, or a pleasing fall of water running violently.
Come, Slocky. And these are some type of side effects that not side effects, Slocky. Sound effects, that's side effects. Sound effects that they use in movies. The howling wind, that whistling wind noise, the birds, the flock of birds just flying away in big old packs, and the loud water just crashing down. They use type of stuff like this in horror movies, and something's coming when you start seeing the flock of birds or the cattle running all in one direction trying to get away from something. And then you see Demo Esau trying to walk towards the danger to go check it out, and he get his ass cut up and chopped up. Mr. and Mrs. Esau get cut down in these movies, man.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
The horror movies. Are we forbidden to really look at those?
No, I wouldn't say so. But if you
Um,
think it's going to bother you,
right,
don't watch it. If you think
right,
you
right.
really going to take something from it, like you're gonna go home and you're gonna try to practice everything that they did in Friday the 13th,
I love a
killing a
good
man.
horror movie, but I just wasn't sure if
Yeah, no, you're good. Now,
um,
one thing
Salaka,
I don't
like
go.
Salaka Ogbeat. Some
Go
people
ahead, go.
man can't take it, man.
Yeah, they can't deal with it. But this is worse. And it's other things like this in the scriptures where the Most High shows how terrible he can be, how he can unleash these demons on you to just taunt and torment you and make you kill yourself. It's another thing. But one thing when it comes to horror movies, I don't recommend people like watch stuff with chanting and stuff like that
oh yeah,
because
I
you don't
don't
want to
mess with
start
that.
repeating
No,
that
that
stuff
one,
because you
no.
can bring something in your house by doing it. So I don't
Oh
watch
yeah,
that.
it'll be in your psyche. You be dreaming about it and stuff.
Come,
Yeah,
yep.
I don't mess with none of that. No,
Yeah,
but
you might remember it, and you might be sitting there working what they're talking about it, and the lights just go out on you. You know, you just
right.
invited something on the job with you.
It's
You turn
enlightening
around.
to know that it's biblical. The
Yeah,
things that they copied. That's one thing I didn't know. In my past, but that
man. Ain't nothing in this society that they don't steal from the Most High, and they do it because they want to control everything. They want to show that they're the Most High. That's why when they make horror movies and stuff, it makes you think, oh, man created this evil wickedness. No, this is in the scriptures.
Mhm.
They just make it in its entertainment.
Khan King Salaka too. I want to speak on that too a little. Speak on
Come,
like you speak. We speaking about these horrors that are allotted in the earth realm. I kind of like those supernatural ones because, like you say, man try to act like they got the solution or God's word to overpower. And they're not using the Most High's word. They for one, they open up doors to that wicked stuff. Two, you look at a movie like The Exorcist or something, you got these fake Roman Catholic priests thinking they're going in there, they're gonna really deal with Satan, demonic forces, man. And
come.
them demons thrash them. Them demons thrash them and jump in their soul and overtake them, and they end up killing themselves. I like those type of movies because you tapping into a power. They tapping into a power that they know nothing about. They don't honor or respect it. They think that they can control it, like you were saying. They cannot
No,
control the Most High. When the Most High unleashed those demons are doing what the Most High unleashed them to do. They gonna carry out the Most High's will. The Most High's will, no one can stand against His will. No matter how strong you think you are, I don't care if you 6'9" and 340 pounds, and you're a linebacker for NFL. You're not gonna stop those torments, man. You're
come.
not gonna stop those torments of the Most High unleashing them. And
You
a
can't
lot of
shoot
those,
no demon either.
heck no, man. You guess what? You're killing the soul. You're killing the person, the body, but that wicked spirit going rise up and go somewhere else, man. Wherever the Most High wanted to go.
Yeah, but
But they be. Go ahead, King.
so like these demons that most I talking about, these are things that can touch you and do things to you, throw you around, but you can't harm them. That
Con.
that's the most scariest part about it. You can't do nothing to these. It's not just demons that just jump into you. There's demons that the most I can bring out monsters, beasts that can do stuff that you can't do nothing to them. You could
Con.
try. It's like you
They're
gonna
gonna
fail.
call on the Lord and He ain't gonna answer because they ain't been following
E-
no law.
Got that big old cross.
Exactly.
They got the
Oh,
cross in their
yep.
hand, the Bible in their hand. They chant this and chant that. And most I ain't hearing them, man. You know, they operating in um, in a ridiculous rudiments of idolatry, and it does not work. The Most High does not hear, and it's a misfortune that a lot of our people, a lot of our brothers and sisters that's supposed to be in this truth, follow those things, and most times they open up doors to those wicked things, man. Don't even know it. Just not being obedient, just not being grounded and rooted in the Most High, just not being having that sovereignty love for your neighbor, your brothers and sisters in this truth, not just for having an unforgiving heart can cause the Most High can have those wicked things to overtake you. The, the Most High not gonna forgive you of our sins if we don't forgive others of theirs to sin against us, pertaining our brothers and sisters in this truth, our neighbors. You know, and those wicked nations that come against us, the Most High allowed those wicked nations to come against us. We got to go through that to wake up to really see. You know, but the Most High did take us through that. He did take Israel through that, just so that we can see, just so we can call on His name and hearken unto His voice and get back to Him, get back to what He want for us. You know, and I think this is a great chapter that we're reading. And, that I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, come. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 19. Or a terrible sound of stones cast down, or a running that cannot be seen of skipping beasts, or a roaring voice of most savage wild beasts, or a rebounding echo from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon for fear.
Salaki, and you hear all these different sounds and stuff, and you don't see nothing, and it be loud, because on the day of judgment, man, when all these plagues and all these punishments come, it's gonna be a loud day, terrible, loud and terrible. But keep going. You're on 20 now.
For the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in the labor.
Salaki, and this world. Let's go back to the lesson you did, Moses. The whole world of Israel, right? We didn't have nothing to stop us from keeping the commandments. We chose on our own merit to go ahead and do what the other nations was doing, because we was in our own land. Nobody was bothering us. The Most High was with us. Why would we go off and start doing what the other nations were doing? Nothing to hinder from doing the work. When it says we're hindered in their labor. Nothing stopped us from doing the will of the Father. Like, come on, why would we do that? We had everything we needed. 40 years in the wilderness, different generations died off, and we get in the land of Israel as promised. The Most High kept His word, and we still find a way to go sin. Come on.
Okay. With you 100% right. I just want to just state that, the land of Israel, which is the land of milk and honey, which is the land of, where we were to be established at. And any nation that was against us crossing over the Jordan, or quote unquote, we want to call it Euphrates River, Most High had us to deal with them. The Most High was handing them over in our hand to deal with them. And a lot of people, and we are Israel now. Today is called Israel, but Israel being a people, that's us. Most High changed Jacob's name to Israel. We are the people. That's why you got the 12 tribes of Israel, the descendants, the bloodline, the heritage, our lifespan. That's us. And when because they changed the names of the regions, over and over and over throughout the years. But when you studied in verse, we understand it. A lot of people that's not studying verse, they not will understand it, and not know that is the land that the Most High gave us to inherit forever, for eternity. And you got a people there now that want to rule it. They're not supposed to be there. They took it, and they want to operate it, but they don't understand. If they really look at it, that's holy land, and the Most High got to destroy those that's there to get them out of there, so that the promise can go back to who He promised it to, and that's Israel. That's the people.
Come. Now check this last verse out right here. Read that last verse for me.
Verse 21. Over them only was spread in heavy night an image of that darkness which should afterward receive them, but yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness.
Now. What would you say that's referring to? They were more grievous than the darkness, because when we think about punishment, I know you know Agrad. Agrad must have stepped away for a minute.
They were grievous unto each other. They selves, they was grievous unto each other in that darkness, in that dark place, and their grievousness was unto them more than the darkness that was overshadowing them.
Almost sounds like you reap what you sow.
Yeah, exactly. Because the punishment that they're receiving, their acts were more grievous. So it's like this judgment that you're getting is meat for how wicked you've been. You know, it's like the Most High saying, you niggas were more grievous than this stuff that you suffering. But you suffering is meat. Like I said, the Most High judgment against the wicked is meat. Just paraphrasing. You know, so to the Most High, the things we do are more grievous than anything. Like like it's like it says I think it's First John where he's talking about his commandments are not grievous, but when we break them, that's grievous to the Most High. So then the Most High gotta let the demons loose on you and show you you think you big and bad. You think you gonna live in darkness and break my commandments, not do my will. You know, I'm gonna show you. And throughout this whole chapter we've been reading, the Most High shows how much he could turn up the fire on us. Even Yahawah Shai say, man, look, thinking out of my father, I can ask my father, and he not send me um was it 12 legions of 12
Angels.
legions
Yep.
of angels? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And Yahawah Shai, I know if he was to do that, man, I mean, just be holding the angel. If you can imagine, because I think it's in what's that Ezekiel the fourth chapter when it describes how fierce the angels are. You know how the chariots are. It describes how fierce they are. You know, the angel can cause itself to increase its height, increase its mass. That's why they use that stuff in certain movies. I know they use it in the X-Men movie with Apocalypse. He made himself get big because he's supposed to be a representation of an angel and what angels could do. You know, it's nothing compared to that. The movies can't capture anything that the Most High show you. Because it's not like you sitting in your seat at the theater or at home watching the horror movie or whatever action film when they doing some crazy stuff. You know, you could turn that off if it's starting to bother you. You can't turn off the Most High's torment on you. Ain't no switch for that. Ain't no light switch. You can't even light a big enough fire. You couldn't set the whole earth on fire and have it light up that darkness for you. Nah, the Most High gonna see that you suffer every drop of it. You know, and if you perish from that heart attack, oh well, so be it. You know, this is the Most High not playing at all. That's why we gotta keep the commandments. Listen to it. We shouldn't be worried about nonsense, man. You know, our wives should be in order. Because just because you might be a female, you might be pretty, nice body, whatever. How much you want to flaunt yourself? That Most High don't care nothing about that. You can be the baddest thing on Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you want. The highest selling content created on whatever sick platforms they got. Most High don't care about none of that stuff. None of it.